Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me around the campfire. Tonight I want to tell you a story I heard in the Ozarks mountains of Missouri about a creature found there by a young boy in 1985. I was just a kid when I saw it. I was sitting in the back of an old Chevy. My uncle was driving and my aunt was in the passenger seat. And my little cousin, who was about 4 or 5 at the time, was sitting in the back with me. My aunt and uncle lived down this old dirt road that's about 2 miles long, and right before their driveway, which was on the left, there was an old dry branch or creek that ran across the road, and it did not have a concrete slab to cross over it, so you had to slow down a little to cross. Directly to the right of the creek was an old driveway leading to an old abandoned house which no one had lived in for years. It was dark, so naturally we had the headlights on. As my uncle began slowing to pass over the rough gravel, something in the corner of my right eye came into view. My aunt kind of screamed, but not loudly, because we were amazed and terrified. Something that looked to be around 8 foot tall came across the branch, which led out of the old driveway, and not running but walking briskly, came directly in front of the car. We all just stared, as if it was in some kind of dream. It was swinging its arms a little and acted like we were not even there. It walked across the creek and crossed the water gate, which I don't remember if it went under or over, but what I do remember is the branch had washed out the bank of my uncle's yard, and his perimeter fence was quite tall. This huge hulking thing with bright red hair jumped over from the bed of the branch like nothing and into my uncle's yard. Mind you, we were still watching in the car. We could see it walk up through the yard and up the hill until we lost sight of it with the headlights. My uncle turned into the driveway and we all locked the doors. My aunt and uncle went through the count of 3, and then we opened the doors and ran inside. We got inside and my uncle got his hunting rifle out and went outside with his floodlight and looked for it, and on his way back, which he didn't walk far, he tripped on the cord and it came unplugged. Then he yelled and got up and ran into the house and locked the door. To this day, if you ask him about what he saw, he will say he saw something, but he doesn't know what it was, or that somebody was playing a joke on us. My aunt will tell you that she saw Bigfoot, and so will I. My little cousin was too small to remember much, but I remember. And to this day, I don't go out into the woods without a weapon. To the best of my ability, this is what it looked like. It was around 7 to 8 foot tall, completely covered in red hair, and one feature I remember is it looked like its arms were almost as long as its legs, and that it was not afraid of us. Also at that time, there was a man. He owned a store in the town and was telling everybody he had seen Bigfoot, and no one believed him. So none of us ever made any mention to it except a family or close friends. But I believe I know what I saw.